¿Qué pasa, pa? ¿Querés ver clips como estos?
No, te estoy partiendo. Nah, tomala. 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 Arrodillate. Arrodillate. Devolveme a la Teresa, hermano. Devolveme a la Teresa.
Entonces quédate, que tenés la parte 7 de KINGDOME COME DELIVERANCE. Acuérdense que estos videos salen de los streams de Twitch, Kick y YouTube. Y también tengo TikTok, donde grabo los mejores clips y los subo ahí.
The names of the sender and recipient aren't written there, just the initials S and T. Seems to have some quarrel between them. This S person is threatening to finish with counterfeiting. Apparently, there's some German knight on the trail of the merchant Menhart. At the time the letter was written, the knight was in the tavern in Sassau asking about him.
That sounds like a promising lead.
You go to Sassau and find out what you can about this foreign knight. If he really is following Menhart, then he must know more than we do.
Very well, sir.
No posadero.
Good day to you.
I've heard there's a foreign knight staying here.
That Deutscher, he's gone, but he said he'll be back.
Did he give his name?
Ahora.
No, frankly, he wasn't the type you want to ask twice.
Why's that?
There are guests I like, and then there's those that keep me awake at night. This knight is a good payer, but he spends the whole day tweaking his whiskers and sizing everyone up for a fight. I don't have bloodshed in my establishment.
Por día. Del juego.
Did you see his crest?
That's just it. He arrived with a white shield, nothing on it, and the Wagners tell me that's how knights ride when they want to stay incognito.
That is very odd. And do you know where he went?
Yes, he asked me the way. Or demanded more like. Bastard scares me so much I almost forgot to ask him to pay.
But you remembered in the end, eh?
Well, business is business.
And where was it he wanted to go?
Well, he asked me about a crossroads in the woods north of Rovna. I got the impression he was looking for someone. I know the roads that way. So I advised him to try looking at the charcoal burners junction.
I see. Thank you.
Ok. No, ya lo salvamos ese.
So just what was he doing here?
He spent most of the day sitting, drinking, and gaping at the other patrons. Now and again, someone came up to him and they talked a while, but nothing much went on.
Did you know any of those people?
No, nobody familiar.
Bueno,
Thank you.
vamos para allá.
You're welcome. But may I ask why you're looking for him?
I have some unfinished business with him.
It's just that the gentleman looked quite formidable and quite questionable. I'd hate to think I'd sold him out.
I wouldn't fret about that. God, what a bloody mess.
No, mira vos, por ejemplo.
Someone was wounded.
Acá, 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 acá.
It looks like another person dragged him off. Maybe there'll be some tracks.
Acá hay paso, ¿no? Carbón, sangre, sangre, ok, es por acá, es por acá, es por acá. Vamos a hablar con este muchacho. ¿Tiene alguna herida este tipo?
God be with you.
What do you know about the wagon that's been ambushed at the crossroads?
I haven't a clue what you're talking about.
Really?
Yes. Is that a problem?
You're what passes for bristle and gristle round here, are you?
Possibly.
So listen to me, you hero. If you don't want me to wipe that crooked grin off your face, you'll start talking. Got it?
Yeah, right. Because everyone knows charcoal burners are thieves and killers. Well, let me tell you, that's not at all what happened.
I'll be glad to hear you out.
Let's just get this straight. We didn't ambush anyone.
And what were you doing at the crossroads then?
We were just passing, and we saw the wagon. So we took the sacks.
Just the sacks? What about the trail of bloodstains leading to the camp?
I was just getting to that. We also found one wounded man. What am I saying, wounded? The fellow was hacked like a martyr in some holy picture. He begged us to hide him away.
So you have him here somewhere? Is he still alive?
The fellow has quite a will to live. I'll give him that.
Did he tell you anything?
He wasn't exactly talkative. His lungs are full of holes, so talking's a problem.
Do you know who ambushed that wagon?
Not a clue. We came a long way after.
Where is he?
We've locked him away in the shed. There.
I want to talk to him.
I don't know. He paid us. We're not to let anyone near him.
We've been through that already.
All right. Just
Bien
calm
pillo,
down.
bien pillo.
Here.
boludo.
Take the key.
Thanks.
Farewell.
Bien pillo. Esta me dijo. A ver.
Who are you?
Do as I say, and you might walk out of here alive.
What? What's that? What do you mean?
Don't worry about it. Just answer my questions, and I might even help you.
Well, if you say so.
Who is it you work for? Who did the wagon belong to?
To Menhart. He's some kind of merchant who hired me for protection. But that's all I know.
And where's this Menhart disappeared off to?
No idea. I blacked out after the attack. Only came to my senses once I got here. I don't even know where here is.
Who ambushed that wagon?
A knight. He's been following us for a while.
And where did he go?
Ok, es el mismo tipo, está bien.
I got a beating, and then I passed out.
Do you know what you were carrying in that wagon?
I never asked Menhart that.
Es un enemigo de Menhart. Puede ser. O capaz, sí, no. Dijo que lo estaba siguiendo. Estaba buscando a esa gente.
Do you know what you were carrying in that wagon?
I never asked Menhart that.
Tell me more about the night.
Where's the coin?
What? What coin?
I will not repeat the question.
I don't know about any coin. I
Ah, dumped. Where are those sacks you took from the wagon?
Sacks. They're behind the shed.
That's him. That's got to be that knight.
No es ese.
Is that all? Did you
Sí,
take
sí, sí.
anything else?
¿Quién es No me digas que es Robert.
Fuck! Stop! Stop right
Robert
there!
no. ¿Es este o no? ¿No es el de Tannberg? ¿O estoy totalmente confundido? Le tiro a caballo, ¿no? A ver. ¡Ay! ¡No! ¡No entró! No puedo creer. Acá lo mato, acá lo mato. ¡No! ¡Le cayó al lado! ¡Toma! ¡Lo reventé! A ver, ¿qué te inventás?
What now?
¡Ataca, perro!
Are you afraid?
Ahí se va a estar. ¡Toma! ¿Qué tocás al perro? No, le pegué al perro yo. Le pegué yo al perro. A ver. Me la puso, me la puso.
Damn.
Ay. Está bien, la estocada no sirve con esto. ¡Epa! Toma.
Caca.
¡No! Uy, menos mal. No sé por qué sigo haciendo la estocada. Uy, me pinchó todo ahí, ¿eh? Toma. Agárrate acá, ¿eh? Ah, defiende todo este boludo. Bien bloqueado. Bien, parry. Me tiro esta. No, amigo. Ay, me salen muy mal los combos. No, me salen muy mal los combos.
Well, now,
¡Ataca, Matt!
it seems you have
¡Ataca!
some skill.
¡Ataca! Sí, atácalo. Sí. Toma. Toma. Nah. Ataca, Mut. No, te estoy partiendo. Nah, tomala. Arrodillate.
Well,
Malo. Burro.
Who is that, Daffy? It seems I have finally met my match.
Your match? I think you meant to say your superior.
Do not be so proud. My day has been hard.
That doesn't change anything. Now I'll be asking you a couple of questions, and you're going to give me answers to them nicely. Starting with who you are.
You may call me Ulrich. I will tell you nothing more until you give me some assurances.
Assurances? How about this? If you talk, I'll spare you.
Y sí.
Do you expect me to believe that? I know full well how these stories end. I have been at the other end of the sword more times than you can count.
I give you my word.
The word of a thief? Jesus. It is true what the preachers say. This world has gone quite mad. You had better kill me. I'm finished, anyway. Just as you are.
No soy un delincuente.
Unlike you, I'm not a criminal.
You believe that the forging of money is an honest trade?
I've got nothing to do with that. I'm not a forger, I'm the one investigating them.
What? What are you saying?
I'm in the service of Sir Radzig Kobyla, Governor of Skalitz and Royal Hetman.
Then we have something in common. I also am here under orders from above.
From who?
Perhaps you might sheath that weapon, so that we may talk eye to eye. If we do indeed have a common cause.
No lo voy a matar. Lo dejo que hable, de última lo mato de vuelta. Si yo le gano una vez, le puedo ganar
Stand
dos
up.
veces.
It is true our meeting has not begun well. But if it is the truth that you are sent by Kobyla, then we can assist each other.
What do you mean?
I found out many things, but there are still questions I cannot answer. And the last man who knew anything is now dead.
What
¿Quién
man was
murió?
that?
Meinhard, the merchant from Passau.
Ok.
Listen, I will explain everything to you, but first, I need you to do something for me.
Oh, really?
You will introduce me to a certain person, and I will tell you everything I've learned.
Anda este tipo.
Who do you mean?
Master Tobias Pfeiffer. If you truly serve Sir Radzig, then you must know him.
I think I know who you mean.
Yo no sé quién
What
es.
do you want him for?
I have here a written confession which tells how those forgeries are made, but I do not understand such technical matters. Master Pfeiffer, however...
We'll definitely be able to make sense of it. And you'll give it to me, just like that.
It seems I have little choice. This is the last lead I have. In the meantime, I will return to Sassau and see what I might learn there.
¿Para quién
Who are you
trabajas?
working for?
I understand why you wish to know, but this does not mean I am at liberty to tell you.
That sounds a bit fishy.
It is simply that my master does not wish to be revealed. And if we are to help one another, that is how it must remain.
En este tipo yo no confío en nada, amigo. No confío en nada.
What's your name, anyway?
I told you, I am Ulrich.
Just Ulrich?
It is enough.
Because you look like a knight. They seldom have just one name.
It is true, I have a horse, armor, a sword, and a shield. But there are many ways to acquire such things these days. As I am sure you know.
So you're not a knight?
I am a trustworthy soldier in the service of a nobleman. That is all you need to know.
All right then, Ulrich. Let's leave it at that. And what about that wagon? What happened there exactly?
I followed Meinhard from Passau. I had reason to suspect a connection with Sassau.
So they were transporting false groschen on that wagon?
Yes. On their way here, they brought real coin. Groschen, forints, francs, and the like. But now, the sacks were full of counterfeits.
What do you mean about the connection with Sasau?
The matter was investigated in Passau, and the executioner extracted information from those who were arrested. They told him that the coins were made in a monastery.
What, in the monastery itself?
I cannot say. I know only what the Passau scribe wrote down in his reports of the interrogations.
Why did you let them get here before attacking?
I wanted to discover where they hand over their coins, which I failed to do. Besides, Maynard had an armed escort, and they kept 2 busy roads and lodged at inns throughout their journey, until he came to this god-forsaken track. I cannot guess why he came here, but it was the perfect opportunity to strike.
What happened on that track?
I ambushed them. I took down 2, but that bastard man had cut the horses loose and rode away.
What next?
While I was chasing Manhard, those charcoal burners came and stole what they could. Before I could catch him, his horse threw him and he broke his neck.
So we won't get anything out of him?
Unfortunately not.
Ok. Entonces el único que queda vivo es el que estaba con los carboneros estos.
Shouldn't you go with me to see Fafar?
No. I must remain in Sasau. I have some loose ends that must be tied.
Qué raro que es este chabón. Lo voy a dejar vivir y lo voy a dejar que haga su vida. Pero realmente no confío nada en este muchacho, Pero nada.
Very well. I'll go and see Master Fafar.
Godspeed. I will wait in Sasau at the Wagoner's Inn.
Voy a hablar con el chico este. ¿Cuándo, papá? ¿Todo bien?
Greetings. What do you need?
Groschen falsificado, sí.
Master Fafar, I need to speak with you. I found out something about the counterfeit coin.
Did you really? Do tell.
Close to Rovna, I came across a wagon that was transporting the false coins. Unfortunately, I came too late. The carter and his men were dead.
Damn and blast. Do you know who did it?
Yes. A certain knight turned up there. It turned out he was also after the forgers.
Well, that is indeed unexpected. Tell me, what did he say?
Se llama
His name is
Ulrich.
Ulrich. He looked like a knight, but he refused to show his master's colours.
Ulrich, you say? Could be anyone. Can you describe him?
An older man with a moustache. But for all his grey hairs, he seemed pretty tough to me.
Doesn't match anyone I've heard of. But then we don't even know if Ulrich is his real name.
Fake money was being taken to Passau in exchange for gold coins. Then that real money was being brought back to the Bohemian lands.
That would explain why those fakes bear the Passau countermark.
His master's allied with the Passau alderman, and they told him to sort it all out.
I wonder who could be behind it all.
He gave me these documents to show you. He seemed to think they prove he was telling the truth. They're the records of the interrogations in Passau, and some other things he said you'd understand better than him.
Let me see. We, the aldermen of the city of Passau, interrogation held this day, put to pen by the quaestor. The place of origin is a monastery in the land of Bohemia. Which sadly confirms my suspicion that something underhand is going on in Sasau. Coin assay report. Copper core coated with amalgam. But this is interesting. Here's an outlying description of how the forgeries are made. I'll have to study it more closely. We command Herr Ulrich to investigate and let no man stand in his way. This looks like the original safe conduct. It has the seal of the Passau alderman, but they certainly didn't pen this.
How do you know?
I recognize the hand. It's a Clement of Kaplitz, the high scribe of the Rosenbergs.
The Rosenbergs? Who's that?
A rich and powerful family in South Bohemia. Burgrave Henry III is a great rival of our King Wenceslas.
So what does all this mean?
Well, it certainly explains why your knight is so mysterious. Anyway, we should be careful. And we shall begin our investigation. The documents show they use silver amalgam for coating copper fakes. That's a lead we can follow.
What?
Silver amalgam. It's produced from quicksilver and silver.
Well, that doesn't sound like something just anyone can get hold of.
You're quite right. You will go to Sasau at once.
Ok.
Look around the forges in the city. Someone must be working copper for them. I, meanwhile, will take counsel with Sir Radzig and then follow after you.
Where shall we meet?
At the inn on Sasso Market Square. May the Lord watch over you.
Mira el goloso Ulrich, ¿dónde está? Che, sí, todo machucado, amigo. Comprate otra camisa.
So, what did Master Pfeiffer have to say?
I consulted him, and we definitely have a starting point.
Tell me more.
Master Pfeiffer found out they need copper sheets for the core of the coins, and quicksilver for the the other part?
I see. They have such materials at the monastery.
Exactly. That's why I'm interested in the local forges.
Yes, that is good. Yesterday, I heard people from the craftsman's yard by the monastery complaining. They said they could not sleep at night because the blacksmith works all the time till dawn.
Ok.
That's certainly worth asking about. Have you heard anything else?
You said they use quicksilver. There is a painter lodging here who is painting the church in Ujits. I heard him complain also. He said that he went to the monastery for quicksilver and it was all gone.
Well, that's something to follow up as well. Thanks.
Ok. ¿Es este?
I hope I can be of some humble service to you.
I hear you've had some problems with the supply of quicksilver.
Problems? I should say so. For the third time this month they've told me they've none.
No.
There's no quicksilver to be had, they said.
And who exactly are you talking about? Who's holding back the goods on you?
The monastery overseer, or his assistant, more like.
So what did the overseer have to say to you?
Nothing. Apparently he doesn't deal in such trifles. Leaves it all to his assistant, the pompous git.
Ok.
What do you need quicksilver for?
I don't. They do. To mix up the red pigment for me. I'm painting the church in Ujits. Can you imagine how stupid those biblical scenes look without red?
Not really.
Then be glad you can. My eyes hurt just to imagine it.
Surely such valuable material can't just vanish. Where can it be?
I wish I knew. Every time I ask for the red paint, there's a different reason why they haven't got the quicksilver to mix it. Once they said the goods never arrived, and another time that the wagon carrying it was ambushed. Then it went astray somewhere.
And you think they're lying?
Jesus, what do I know? But it seems pretty strange to me. 3 times in a row the same thing goes missing. There's bad luck and then there's something else.
That's all I
Bueno,
need to know
ok.
for now.
Asistente del prior, es este.
My respects to you.
Do you
Mercurio.
have any quicksilver in stock?
Who's asking?
Nobody. I'm just asking.
Then I don't have any.
That sounds almost as if you don't want to sell it to me.
It's not that I don't want to. It's that I can't.
Bollocks. Tell me this instant what you've done with the goods.
Nothing! And I'd advise you to calm down. We're on hallowed ground.
You're a fine one to speak of hallowed ground, a lying thief in monastic robes. What next? A whore dressed as a nun?
This is blasphemy!
I'll give you blasphemy. I'm sure you know what our Lord
No,
did
me
to the
calenté,
money
me
changers
calenté.
in the temple.
What do you mean? You're not going to hurt me, are you?
Tell me what's going on here and I won't have a reason to.
Jesus. But I didn't know anything about any counterfeiting.
For your sake, I hope that's true. Now tell me what's been going on.
I swear,
Bien, bien,
I
bien.
wouldn't normally do anything
Dame
like
data,
that.
dame data.
Get to the point.
They came for me at noon, directly to the office. The overseer was somewhere on his rounds. Some night, it was, without a crest, armed. He called himself Sir Jezek, and he had a lackey with him called Rapota, a scruffy fellow with a yellow cape. Always whistling he was. They told me they wanted all the quicksilver we order for the monastery. Of course, I told him that wouldn't be possible.
And then what? Did they threaten you?
Not at first. They tried to bribe me, and when I refused, they started threatening.
How
A
did you
ver.
hand it over to them?
I take it up the hill behind the monastery here. There's a big tree there with a small chapel underneath. Sometimes Rapota is there waiting for me. If not, I leave it there.
What
Ok.
did they threaten you with?
They said they know people in the monastery. that they'd have me thrown out and beaten for stealing.
And you had been stealing? I mean, before then?
You know how it is. I work my fingers to the bone and they pay me a pittance.
So they knew about you?
Yes, they knew my name, everything.
Very well. Thank you.
May the Lord watch over you.
Vamos. A este lo reviento, Tucson. ¡No! ¡Toma! Uf, no me puedes defender con una torcha. Sabelo. Toma. Toma, te reventé. A vos también. Nah. Chorros falsificadores. Falsificadores de mercurio. Hijos de puta. Para cagaron fuego. Dame la plata. Y dame comida que tengo. Toma, boludo. A ver.
God be with you, lad. What can I do for you?
Falsificadores.
So as to fit in. I don't want it known that I'm in town.
Why?
Y porque
I
saben que
don't want to
estamos
alarm our
buscando.
prey. Gossip spreads quickly, and if those scoundrels learn we're onto them, they'll flee.
That does make sense.
Yo no lo veo muy diferente, la
So
verdad.
what have you found out so far?
I found out where they get their quicksilver from. You were right, it was the monastery.
It was the only logical explanation.
It changed hands on the hill behind the monastery.
Have you been there to have a look around?
I have, but I didn't find anything interesting.
And have you found out who's behind it?
Someone called Rapata.
Not much, but it's a start. At least it's not a common name. Listen, Henry, I had another thought on the way here. Those counterfeiters have to have a punch die to make the fake coins.
Yes, of course.
That's sophisticated work. There's a man I know who works at the monastery yard, Master Engraver Jerome of Silesia.
You don't suppose that he's...
No, not that, God forbid. I know him well. He'd never do anything like that. But
Okay.
he runs an engraving workshop, so he might have heard something.
Very well, I'll ask him.
But ask with tact. I don't want him getting offended. And I prefer you not to mention me at all.
I'll try to think of something. That's all.
Bueno, poca data, la verdad. Hay que hablar con un conocido de él que labura en el monasterio. Que tiene una máquina ahí para hacer las cosas locas. ¿Cuándo, papá? ¿Todo bien?
Jesus Christ be praised.
Sí, totalmente.
How goes the work, Master?
Getting there, getting there. You need something, my boy?
¿Trabajás solo
Quite
acá?
a large workshop, Master. You don't do all the work alone, surely?
I'm usually here with my apprentice Florian. Of course, by simple observation, you'll note that this is not currently the case, and I'm here alone, which means that either I'm a liar or something out of the ordinary has occurred.
I see. I think. So what's happened to Florian?
He shares the fate of the pharaohs for today. The fifth scourge of Egypt did smite him, the plague, or so his message advised me.
Jesus Christ, the plague?
No.
Do remain calm. I'm quite certain the plague from which Florian is suffering wasn't a judgment from on high, or if it was a judgment on excessive drinking. I'm told such an ailment can be of truly biblical proportions.
Ahí va.
What's he like, your apprentice, Florian?
I'm afraid that his exuberant youth has taken its toll. He's been acting strangely of late.
Okay,
I
data,
have
data.
illusions of persecution.
I don't really know what you mean, at all.
Recently, for example, he told me that someone was following him. And the very next day he bought a padlock from the blacksmith and locked up his chest, as though I would ever sneak into it. In any case, why the interest? Are you looking for him?
Something like that.
May I ask why?
Tengo un mensaje para él.
I have a message for him.
A message? Who would be interested in that wastrel? Other than his furious and deeply disappointed master, of course. About your question, you'll find him at home, no doubt feverishly dying. He sleeps in the baker's cellar.
Ah, thank you.
You're in an engraver's shop, my boy. We're engraving. Of course.
Yeah, but engraving what? And what's it used for?
Oh, we engrave wood and stone as well as metal. Here in the monastery, it's mostly about decoration.
Does Florian have any enemies?
A man such as he certainly owes money at every turn, and the parents of local girls are undoubtedly displeased with his attempts to propagate. However, most recently it was that fury from the baths who accosted him in quite a spectacular rage.
A woman from the baths? What did she do?
The harpy nearly tore all Florian's hair out.
No.
I don't frequently feel sorry for my ne'er-do-well apprentice, but on that occasion I made an exception.
Do you have any idea why she did it?
She was screaming about some girl, some flighty bathmaid, Esther. I would say that Florian had felt the joys of spring and acted accordingly, although one would have thought they'd be used to that sort of thing at the bathhouse.
Ok.
Thank you. I'll leave you to your work.
Farewell.
Bueno, a ver. Quiero hablar con
What
Esther.
do you want from me now?
Florian.
I hear you're at odds with apprentice Florian.
At odds? I'll give you at odds.
Eh.
It's that sod's fault they took my Esther. Poor girl. I shudder to think what's become of her.
I'm sorry they took her, but what exactly has it got to do with Florian?
They shouted at me to tell Florian that when he wises up, he'll get the girl back.
I assume that Florian knows this, Esther.
You know village girls. They don't get much of a choice. Every other knave has a turnip for a brain, and if they don't, they're relatives. And then some young dandy turns up who writes her little poems. What's the poor girl to do? And this is how it ends. She should have stuck with the turnip heads.
What exactly happened?
This man came in wanting a bath, and Esther with it. She doesn't normally offer that kind of service, but I didn't see the harm, so I sent her in to him. And suddenly I hear screams. So I run out, and I see the bastard pulling her out of the tent and shoving her into a boat.
No! ¿Se la secuestró?
What did the bailiff make of it?
Don't even get me started on that. He's another fine... I won't say what. I told him everything, but he says he won't do nothing about it.
How's that then?
He wouldn't tell me to my face, of course. But people here don't think much of us. There's some as reckon my Esther deserves what she got. Poor girl.
A ver,
It
Esther.
sounds like you were close to Esther.
I loved her like my very own. She came to me as an orphan, like a wolf child she was. I raised her and taught her and gave her a job, and now she's gone. Who knows if she's even alive?
Oh, pero mira
Where can I
el
find this Florian?
violador de
I'd like to
Florian.
ask him a few questions.
He works in the engraver's workshop at the monastery craftsman's yard. And if he's not there, he'll be holed up like the rat he is in the cellar he rents from the baker. He's afraid of me, for sure.
Bueno, vamos a hablar con el gordo Florian.
Jesus Christ be praised.
You look quite sprightly for an invalid.
What? Who the hell are you?
My name's Henry, and I'm making inquiries for Sir Radzig Kobyla.
And what do you want from me?
Straight to the point then. All right. I've been investigating counterfeit money, and the trail led me straight to you. Does the name Rappator mean anything to you?
I don't know. Maybe?
Don't bother. I know you know him. You make the punch dies for the counterfeiters. How do you hand them over? Do you know where their workshop is?
I can't say anything. I'll deny everything and you've got nothing on me. No evidence, just accusations.
Lo voy a cagar a palos, eh.
It's got something to do with that girl, hasn't it?
How do you know?
That doesn't matter.
No, I suppose not. I didn't want to get involved, I swear. Those bastards kidnapped Esther. If I don't cooperate, they'll kill her.
Ok. O sea, en realidad lo están extorsionando más que el tipo lo está haciendo por plata. ¿Quién es
Who is
este?
Esther?
My girl, of course. That
Novia.
scum took her right out of the bathhouse.
I'm sorry about that.
Me too. Listen, I'll tell you everything, I promise. But only if I know that Esther's safe.
No, mira
So I'm
vos.
to go searching for her in the woods.
I know where they're keeping her, but nobody will help me. And what can puny little me do faced with those strapping great villains?
Oh. Y lo voy a tener que ayudar, porque tristemente necesito la data.
I'll bring back your Esther.
Really?
Yes, but then you have to tell me everything.
I will. I swear to God Almighty. Please, just bring her back to me. Nothing else matters.
Where are they keeping her?
In the Skalitz Hills. There are some abandoned cottages around the mines. That's where I saw her last. They took me there when I said they had to let me speak to her.
All right. I'll go there and try and think of something.
You're my saviour.
Don't get your hopes up. Anything could happen.
Good luck then.
¿Es acá? No hay nada igual,
What's going on there? Who's there?
Me vio.
Answer to my prayers. Vent my rage on
Ah,
someone.
no. Vas a cagar, boludo.
Hey!
Agarra esta. Ataca, Mut.
Raise the
Agarra esta. ¡No!
Is that all?
Toma. Toma. Por secuestrador. Por secuestrador te pasa, hermano.
What have we got here?
Vení acá.
Entertainment, great.
Tira. ¡No! Uf. No, me pegó una buena. ¡Ah! Che, bloquea bien este tipo. Estoy cansado. ¿Tengo un enemigo? Hay otro más, pero no lo ayuda, compañero. Che, casi mato a mi perro. Enorme. Ah, pero... está con el arco. Vení. ¡No! Sacó la espada. Uf. Enorme, ¿eh? A hablar.
Please. Mercy.
Tell me what you know, and we'll see.
Of course. What do you want to know?
Devolveme a la Teresa, hermano. Devolveme a la Teresa.
Where's your workshop?
In the mines.
The mines are bloody enormous. I need a bit more than that.
It's in an abandoned shaft. Outside there's a camp, but I was only there once at night. When they wanted us at the workshop, we went the back way.
The back way?
Aye. Not too far from here, there's a ventilation shaft. We marked the tunnels with chalk.
That will take me all the way to the workshop.
It will. Just be sure to keep the markings on your right.
Got it.
Ok, mi derecha.
Who hired you?
A knight. His name's Jezek of Ronov.
Ok, sí.
What do you know about counterfeiting money?
Hardly anything. I know they do it in the workshop and they make a bloody good job of it. I always double-check any coin I get from them.
And you don't know anything else?
No. We were hired near Kuttenberg by that fellow Jezek. We were supposed to kidnap the girl and keep her here, that's all.
No, ¿por qué tenían que... ¿Qué? ¿Tuvieron que robar a esta tipa en específico?
This Jezek, what can you tell me about him? Is he a nobleman?
So he claims. Sir Jezek of Ronov, he calls himself. I think he's from Moravia originally. The lad said he's a terror in those parts.
Yeah, I never would have guessed.
Margrave Jobst had Ronov Castle razed, though. It ain't nothing but a ruin now.
And what shall I do with you now?
What? You'll let me go, won't you? Of course you will. You gave me your word.
Bien pedo.
I didn't promise you anything. And even if I had, I'd lose no sleep over breaking my word to a thief.
I might have known. And what do you plan on doing with me?
Le voy a... No, le voy a cagar cagando, matando yo,
What the
boludo.
executioner would.
A piña. Bueno. No, pará. A piña, lo mato a piña. Toma. Uf. Toma, gancho. No, lo estoy matando a piña. Bien. Llave del cobertizo, enorme. A ver, Teresa. Esther, digo.
Just please take...
Sí, te saco acá.
However did you find me?
Florian told me where they took you.
I'm a fool. I thought he was just a dandy, God knows why. And it turns out he's a villain in league with thieves. And a coward, too. This whole time he knew where I was.
Yo lo habría intentado sacar de inmediato. Alto guachín, boludo.
It's not Florian's fault. He was terrified they'd do something to you. They had him over a barrel.
You're right. Poor Florian must have been more scared than me.
I'd say so.
We should probably set off.
Voy como...
I'll go with you. I'd hate to lose you on the way.
Que aparte necesito más data de Florian. A ver, Florian.
Good day. How are you?
I found that Esther of yours.
I know. Back already. How can I ever thank you?
By telling me all about the goings-on with Rapita.
They found me in the tavern one evening. Caught me when I went to the shit pile. And they started to badger me about working for them.
They?
Yes, Rapita. And a knight they called Sir Jezek.
And then what?
Okay.
They explained what they wanted from me, and I told them to sod off.
I'm guessing that didn't go down too well.
It wasn't all that bad. They just threw me on the dung heap and left. I thought it was just a drunkard's joke. But then they took Esther.
Claro.
Where will I find Rapita?
He's usually wherever I am.
What does that mean?
He watches me. Everywhere I go. And when I'm at home, he sits on the bench in the square, watching my house.
So he's there now?
Hard to say. Sometimes I see him in the tavern on the green, buying supplies.
All right. At least I know where to start. And you go to work tomorrow, you hear?
Why?
Because we have to lure him out. And besides, your master will surely be glad to see you.
I have my doubts.
I suppose I better go.
Ok, a ver si lo encuentro a este tipo. Sería enorme, ¿eh?
And thanks for the help. See you later.
¿Y cómo lo reconozco? A ver, Ulrich, papá, ¿cómo andas?
I might know where the materials from the monastery get passed on to the forges.
Where?
Up the hill by Sasau Woods.
Shall we go right now?
No, I need to find out more. I don't even know if anyone will be there now, but you could keep an eye out there. In case anyone appears, I mean.
Agreed.
Lo que me da miedo es que este tipo me traicione. Me da miedo que me traicione. Este chabón es un poco exótico. Este tipo le voy a sacar la espada por las dudas. Las marcas con tiza las tengo que tener a la derecha siempre. Ahí pasamos una recién. Qué miedo, boludo. Mirá si hay gente acá. Acá hay gente, ¿eh? Acá hay gente. Acá hay gente, acá hay gente. ¿Dónde están, amigo? Me asusté. Ataqué sin querer. Creo que están arriba mío. Ah, no. Están acá. No, amigo. Uf.
Jesus Christ. Who are you and what are you doing here?
I'm here at the command of the royal hetman, Sir Radzig Kabila.
Nosy?
Ha!
That's no concern of yours.
I'm sure we could come to some sort of agreement. I have plenty of coin.
We can come to an agreement that you'll keep your mouth shut.
Toma.
Please, don't take this personally.
Wait!
What? Do you want to do it? Be my guest. It gives me no pleasure.
You can't kill him. I have orders to take him to Ratai.
That is unfortunate. I have orders to kill
¿Te das
everyone
cuenta?
involved in this business.
You can't do that.
I have no choice, as you are aware.
Te das cuenta, amigo. Te das cuenta. Este tipo es un... No, no puedo creer. ¿Y ahora?
He may have valuable information.
For that exact reason, my master does not wish this man to fall into the wrong hands, especially those of Radzig Kabila.
You're a traitor.
The world is not so black and white, boy. We were on the same side for a while, but no longer. That is how it goes.
Yo sabía, amigo. Yo sabía.
You don't have to go back to the Rosenbergs.
How do you know about the Rosenbergs?
Master Fayfire recognized the writing on your letter of passage.
Just as I said, there is nothing safe from prying eyes in this land. And where would you suggest I go?
Into Sir Radzig's service. He needs people like you.
I serve Kabila. Out of the question. If he learned of all that I did for the Rosenbergs, he would hang me from the nearest tree. But you are right, I do not have to return to the Rosenbergs. In fact, I cannot.
Why not?
I am a knight without a crest, without allegiance. No one was meant to know whom I serve. If the Rosenbergs hear that I have been found out, they will see to it I vanish. They cannot afford to be associated with me.
Where will you go then?
Where the road takes me, as I have many times before. Farewell, Henry.
¡Oh!
Auf Wiedersehen.
¡Enorme! ¿Me lo quedo yo? ¡Me lo quedo yo, amigo! ¡Soy una bestia!
Please, please, I'm sure we can come to some sort of agreement.
You can talk all you like, but not here and not to me. Let's go.
¡No! Soy una puta locura,
Let's
boludo.
go. Master Fayfar is very keen to meet you.
No, amigo, increíble. No tuve problemas con Ulrich y agarramos al chabón sin matar a nadie. No, 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 amigo, es que yo soy una puta bestia.
Good work, Henry.
Thank you, Master Fayfar. It wasn't easy, I can tell you.
I'll take some men and have a good look around there.
And what should I do?
You should get some rest and go to Rate. In the meantime, Sir Radzig will have this wretch questioned. Maybe he'll get something useful out of him.
All right. I'll see you in Ratai then.
¡Ipa! ¿Te ocupó el video? Acuérdese que estos videos salen de los streams de Twitch, Kick y YouTube. Y también tengo TikTok, donde grabo los mejores clips y los subo ahí. Y también Instagram.